Welcome back to the channel, boys. We have quite a bit to catch up on. To start things off, I ended up selling the E36. I bought the car about 4 or 5 months ago. Head gasket blew on it. I didn't have the time or didn't really want to fix it, so sold it for $1,500. Well, I come up with the idea to use that $1,500 to start fixing the 240 project. Well, the original idea was to do side hustles and build it up from there. Well, I'm still going to do that, but that $1,500 is kind of like a upfront investment minus like what I already paid for the car. So with the new $1,500 in hand, what I had planned to do was to rebuild the motor, or start to take apart the motor and prep it for the machine shop. Well, I started to do that and it didn't go so well. But in the process of trying to fix that motor, I ended up finding another motor on Marketplace, and it was listed for around $1,800, which wasn't the best, but it wasn't the worst, which was the motor you guys seen in the intro clips. I ended up picking up that bad boy for $1,500, so realistically speaking, I traded a blown E36 for an RB20. Is that a good deal? Well, I don't know, that's up to you guys, but I think it's a pretty good deal. This is my boy Gus. Anyways, guys, I don't remember where we last left off because this is a week later from the last clip, but what I do know is we have to take the oil pan off and we got to take some of the other stuff apart so we can assess what we need to work on. I'm actually going to start off with taking the valve covers off because I want to show you guys how clean it actually is under there. All right, I got the valve covers off. I didn't completely detach this one because I'm about to pop them back on because I don't want to leave the valve covers open, but let me give you guys a close-up of the cams. They seem to be really clean. There seems to be like a little bit of wear. If you look, there's like some lines on it, but I assume that's normal. But I believe this has been messed with or taken apart before because I don't think they come stock with a Sharpie marked letter, but you never know. So based on visual inspection, the cams seem to be pretty solid, but I don't know for sure. If you guys have any suggestions on how to properly check them, leave them down below and I'll do my research on it. If you guys can point me in the right direction, of course. And now I'm gonna put these back on and I'm gonna pop off the oil pan. I'm gonna leave the motor upside down just because if there's anything that's falling down in it, I don't wanna turn it upside down and it fall back up into the motor, I guess you could say. Anyways, time lapse. Alright guys, now before we finish taking the oil pan off, I have a word from today's video sponsor. It's me, I'm the sponsor. As some of you may know, that the whole point of this build is to be able to build the whole car by doing only side hustles. And a few months back, I went and picked up a couple packs of Pokemon cards. Now, it's probably cliche to do, which I agree, but you can flip these for some pretty good money. I work at a convenience store, gas station, whatever you want to call it, and they were selling these about $5, $6 a pack. So I picked up 3 of them. So we're going to open these up and we're going to see what we get out of it. Now I don't know too much about Pokemon cards, but these are probably of the newer ones, so they won't be as worth as much, but now, from what I understand, is you take 3 cards from the back. I guess that one don't count. Take 3 cards from the back, and then you unveil them. Useless. Probably useless. Now, from all I know, is I'm looking for something shiny. Well, guys, based on a quick Google search of all the rare cards that can come out of this pack, it seems that I got nothing that's worth money. So that's a $25 loss on the side hustle money. So whoa. Well, guys, this is looking really promising, to be honest. The oil pan seems to be super clean. I can't tell. I want to say this kind of looks like sparkle. Not really. My hands are kind of dirty, so it's hard to tell. There is some finer, grittier looking stuff, and that kind of worries me. I can't really tell what that is. I can't really tell for sure, but there is little small dust fragments in it. It kind of looks like metal shavings a little bit. I can't really tell because it's not super reflective like metal shavings, like I would think metal shavings would be. I don't know. It could possibly just be part of the gasket because it does seem like there's a little bit of an excess amount of gasket. It does. It's a little gritty. I don't know. That's kind of worrisome, boys. It's kind of worrisome. Okay, now that we got the oil pan off, the next thing we got to check is actually up inside the motor. Right here on this bearing, where I guess it's where the piston connects to the crankshaft, but the cap, there is a little bit of green stuff right there, and that was in the oil pan over there. But what I can assume is that's just like bearing grease and it just dripped down. So, I mean, based on visual inspection, everything seems to be pretty solid. There's no like major metal pieces. There's no coolant. The oil pan should be milky if the head gasket was bad at any point. I mean, even if they cleaned it out good, it'd be hard to like get rid of some of the things. The oil pan seemed to be really RTV'd on there, or whatever the gasket maker is. I don't know, boys. Everything seemed to be pretty promising, so... Well, there we have it, guys. Based on the visual inspection, everything seems to check out. If you guys seen any red flags, please let me know, for the love of God. I'd hate to throw this in there and mess up. No compression test has been done yet. I will do that. But I took the oil pan off. I took the valve covers off. Everything seemed to really check out there. There was no major red flags that stood out. Just a little bit of like gritty stuff in the oil pan, which that could be just anything from the motor running. Now, as a quick little update for the side hustle, where we stand with the money is we currently have about $330. I sold some stuff from the last episode. It's been a while since I've been into the side hustle thing, so I'm just kind of keep it simple for you guys. I don't want to bore you with too much of the information. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. I got a lot planned for this and a lot more coming. In the next video, I'm going to be doing something with the Miata, but it's also still RB related. You're just going to have to check it out. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.